Hello students, today we will be learning about parasitology. So far we have learned about adaptations in the parasitic animals, whether they are endoparasite or whether they are ectoparasite. All these animals have some or the other adaptations. In today's lecture we will be learning about Entamoeba histolytica. Entamoeba are unicellular, microscopic, cosmopolitan animals. That is, these animals are very small and they can be seen through microscopes and they are widely spread throughout the world. These animals are found in the intestines of man, basically in the mucosa and submucosa layer of our large intestine. Entamoeba belong to phylum Protozoa, class Cercodina, also called as Rhizopoda. These entamoebas are able to hydrolyze the tissue by secreting a particular enzyme called as proteolytic enzyme. These particular entamoeba, it occurs in two forms, trophozoite stage and minuta form. It ranges from a size of 18 to 40 micrometer. It contains cytoplasm, nucleus, food vacuole and pseudopodium. Entamoeba is monogenetic parasite which completes its development in a single host, that is men. The daughter entamoeba feeds on bacteria, RBCs, yeast and other tissues. After complete maturity, the trophozoites undergo asexual reproduction by binary fission.
The nucleus splits longitudinally and divides into two daughter nuclei. These daughter nuclei move towards opposite poles. This is followed by the elongation of the parent cell. A fissure appears in the middle of the cytoplasm between the two daughter nuclei, dividing the cells into two equal halves. Thus, two daughter
binary fission. The parasites thus increase in number and penetrate the mucosa and submucosa layers of intestine, subsequently causing abscesses and bleeding ulcers. Trophic form secrete proteolytic enzyme capable of hydrolyzing mucous membrane. As a result, it forms lesion and get spread to distinct organs through blood circulation. The parasites released from the ulcerations change into minuta form. They are discharged into the intestinal lumen of colon. They become small, round and undergo encystation. At this stage, it secretes a thin, transparent, flexible and protective cyst wall around it. Such stages bear single nucleus and are referred to as uninucleate cyst. It reserves food in the form of diffused glycogen granules. There are 3 to 4 retractile bar-like chromatoid bodies with rounded ends. The uninucleate cysts form binucleate cysts by the division of nucleus. The two nuclei in binucleated cyst undergo division to form four nucleated stage called tetranucleate cyst. The chromatid bodies get disappeared, passes outside the carrier host along with its fecal matter. Several thousand cysts are defecated in case of any chronic infection. When entamoeba infects any new host, that is a man, the infective stage is called as the tetranucleate cyst. The incubation period of this parasite in the man is for 4 to 5 days. These stages remains unchanged in the gastric juices due to resistant cyst wall. They ultimately pass down into the intestine. The cyst wall will now rupture when it is exposed to trypsin, a proteolytic enzyme, and excitation. takes place. That is, now the cyst will break down and the protozoan will come out from the cyst. Now the liberated stage is called metacyst or excystic form. It is transformed as a small uninucleate amoeboid and young trophozoite. It grows and repeats the life cycle. One trophozoite with 4 nuclei emerges, divides 3 times, and each nucleus divides once to produce 8 trophozoite from each cyst. Whenever a human consumes contaminated food and water which contains these entamoebas, the entamoeba in form of a mature cyst enters into the body system. Then, in the third stage, the trophozoites migrate to our large intestine. Trophozoites now multiply by means of binary fission. These trophozoites will now try and start invading the intestinal mucosa of your large intestine. They will eat up the mucosa and submucosal layers of large intestine. The trophozoites which are present in the large intestine undergo the formation of cysts. All these cysts will be released by the fecal matter from the human body. Talking about pathogenicity, the pathological condition caused by entamoeba is called amoebiasis, which causes amoebic dysentery and abscess formation in the organ. Talking about the first one, amoeboid dysentery, in adult parasite, it secretes protease which hydrolyzes the intestinal tissue. This causes lesion in initial stage. Gradually, it results into ulceration. Due to the formation of ulcers, now the blood and the mucus passes through the stool. Intestinal functions are disrupted, so the patient experiences fever, nausea, anemia, and pain in the abdomen. Abscess formation in organs is due to intestinal lesion. Once the parasite has infected the patient in the intestine causing ulcer, later it will enter the blood system and all these parasite, that is the amoeba, will be carried to different organs which are located at a very distance. For example, lungs, brain, liver, etc. causing pulmonary amoebiasis in lungs, cerebral amoebiasis in brain, and hepatic amoebiasis in liver. They are badly affected by metastatic lesion. In chronic cases, it causes ulcer, that is abscess, formation even in those vital organs, thereby resulting into death of all those patients. There are various measures which can be taken as a preventive measure, as well as there are few precautions that can be taken to restrict or terminate the formation, the causing of this particular disease. So what are these control measures? First of all, water should be boiled before drinking. Vegetables and fruits should be washed in salty water before consumption. Personal hygiene has to be strictly observed. Underground sewage system should be constructed to avoid such epidemic spread of amoebiasis in especially the rainy season. Children should be trained to wash their hands and trim their nails time to time as they play in the grounds, and they can get easily contact with this entamoeba parasite. The cyst may be destroyed by using 1% formaldehyde, 50% alcohol. The treatment for entamoeba parasite is amitin hydrochloride, which is found to be effective against acute amoebic dysentery and also metastatic lesion. Antibiotic like poromomycin is very useful in treating the trophozoites and minuta forms of entamoeba. Chloroquine phosphate cures the hepatic amoebiasis very effectively. That's all for today. In next lecture, we will be studying about Fasciula hepatica.